Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Now, this quote by Oscar Wilde, the Irish poet, is actually pretty wild if you think about it. Because how can you be yourself in a world of trends? I mean, it's super cool to be trendy. Don't we all like to wear trendy clothes? Huh? For the ladies in the house, don't we all like the trendy lip combo? The one with the different shades, brown and pink. Clock it! On TikTok, everybody is dancing. We have trendy dance steps. I'm not such a great dancer, but if the dance is simple, I will do it. My favorite one currently on TikTok is dun, 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 dun. You see? We are all locked in with the trends. The big question now is, are we truly expressing ourselves, or are we merely regurgitating what we have already absorbed? Are we our most authentic selves? Is our voice even ours? Are we even speaking at all? And when your voice finally speaks, will it be yours? Speaking of voices, the most influential voices in our lives, especially as kids, teenagers, and young adults, are those of our parents, guardians, and the people around us throughout those formative years. And more often than not, our parents, especially African parents, they already have a preset mindset as to how our lives should go. The script is pretty much the same for everybody, and that is to be born, go to school, get a degree, get a job, get married, have kids, and live happily ever after, or not. Nobody factors in the heartbreaks. It's not part of the script. Victoria. That's the name of my ex, by the way. I know typically I would have said God will punish her, but God bless you. So, subconsciously, we are all trained to fit in. It's a subconscious thing. It's not deliberate. And what you realize is, because everybody is fitting in, sometimes we do not discover our most authentic selves. On social media, a lot of things influences us per time. And I think every single person in this room, where we are all products of several influences, the families we're born into, education, culture, religion, and social media. In fact, these days, we spend more time with our phones than actual human beings. According to Demand Sage, the average human adult spends about 7 hours daily on screen time. To put that into perspective, if you sleep about 8 hours in a day, you would have spent 33% of your life asleep. Cross River Therapy reports that Gen Z averages about 9 hours per day on screen time. Probably watching TikTok. Dun, 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 dun. My point is, we are constantly consuming information every single time. Our brains are consistently absorbing information. Whatever it is that we know today, we learned from somewhere or from someone. Now, how can we now find our voices? How can we be our most authentic selves? The journey to finding my most authentic self wasn't an easy one. I count myself lucky I was still able to stare back to what I believe I was called to do on earth. My purpose, which is being a global, positive, influential voice. I find expression for that through several mediums, whether it's hosting a television show or acting in a film or creating content on social media or even running social commentaries. I run media establishments that help people and brands tell their most authentic stories. I also run an event company that creates timeless experiences to help foster better human connections. So I dare say that I am living my dreams. And I think each and every one of us here should too, and you can too. Let me take it a step back. It wasn't always so. In Africa, our African parents, by default, from their POV, you only have 3 career options. I call them the big 3. It's either you're a doctor, or a lawyer, or an engineer. Any other profession just sounds like a contracted disease. And African parents will be like, so you wrote for medicine and they gave you animal husbandry. What kind of course is that? You'll be marrying animal? Oh, sorry, happy married life. African sarcasm, unmatched. Like some of you in this room, my parents actually wanted me to study medicine and surgery, and I tried. I wrote the qualifying examination, jammed me. But, the tertiary institution decided, you know what, you didn't make the cutoff for medicine, we're going to offer you microbiology. And I was excited about it. I rushed to my dad, said, Daddy, I was just offered microbiology at the University of Benin. So you wrote for medicine and they gave you microbiology. Micro, small biology. They did not even see the big one to give you. And in a bit to tell him that I had an option, and I said, Daddy, the state university I applied to, they offered me fishery. Say, Fikini! I said, fishery. Say, hey! So, nah, they gave you fishery. If I'm now introducing my sons to the rest of the world, what would I say? This is Chuka, my first son. He's a medical doctor. This is Chibuzo, my second son. He is an engineer. This is Hero Nwam, my last son. He's a fishist. And the good news is, I actually went ahead and I studied microbiology. I took the micro, I abandoned the biology, and right now, I'm using the microphone. So, the journey to finding oneself is a deliberate one. You have to shut down the noise and concentrate. Ask critical questions. What am I made for? And what was made for me? Am I my most authentic self? What problems am I solving in the society? What existing solutions can I have an innovation on to make it faster or better? You need to ask yourself these questions to be able to find what makes you tick. And truthfully, it doesn't have to be an original idea. It could be something that is already existing and you will consolidate on the efforts of the people before you. Whenever the topic of authenticity, originality, invention comes up, the inventors are the usual suspects. My guys, Sir Isaac Newton, Alexander Graham Bell, Thomas Edison, These are great guys that did great things. But the only invention I want each and every one of you in this room to focus on is reinventing yourselves. You cannot afford to live a life without passion, just fitting into the crowd. Here it is. The crowd will always exist as a result of that one person that is passionate enough to gather them with one idea. Be that person. Be that change maker. Be that disruptor. Nelson Mandela once famously said, "There is no passion to be found playing small. No matter how little or silly that idea of yours is, you might be onto something. No matter how stupid you think the idea is, well, it probably is, but you might be onto something." Do you know how stupid the idea Uber is? Back in the day, how would I just use an app and order a total stranger, get into a total stranger's car, and even pay the total stranger? No, it doesn't make any sense. But stupid ideas birth the greatest innovations. Authenticity is a non-negotiable in living a happy life. The writer Mark Anthony once famously said, "If you do what you love, you will never work a day in your life because they aren't hiring in that field." Now, this is a witty twist to the original quote, but the point is, the goal isn't to necessarily find something that feels like a vacation. The goal is to find something where the work feels meaningful. All I ask from each and every one of us in this room is to find that thing that makes your life feel meaningful. Find your voice, unmute, and when your voice finally speaks, let it be yours. Thank you.